Hey, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, man. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. If you a Young Dolph fan, comment. Let me know where y'all from, who you rocking with. Let's get right into it, man. So the feds just released the mastermind hitman behind the whole entire Young Dolph plot and planning. Yo Gotti and them had to speak about the $90,000 bond that was given to Govan Hernandez. That's the dude who was basically part of CMG, and his daughter got hit up for the retaliation of Young Dolph, the other rapper, Lotta Cash Desto. So once Big Jook went in and they got Govan Hernandez, Govan was figured to be the one who set up Young Dolph and planned the hits, the money on the head and everything. He was working closely with Big Jook and Yo Gotti to make everything happen, man. And so allegedly what's going on, what they hearing is they just released him and people are getting ready to slide right now. They are trying to figure out exactly where he is because they serious about what happened with Dolph, and they don't think that this dude should have been out. A lot of people think, how could somebody who went down for that get out and be on a $90,000 bond? That man did not have $90,000. The only person that is around that's on his side that will actually help out, if you really open your eyes and look at the facts, you would know that Yo Gotti is one of the few people that has $90,000 that he could just dish out like that. Somebody who was locked up for the whole Dolph thing. Like, who would really want to be the person to get Dolph's hitman out unless it was Dolph's number one enemies and ops? You got to understand, Govan Hernandez Prince was found on the Bentley truck. Everything. He was seen riding around. He was seen at Makita's. He was seen everywhere. So they know that he has everything to do with it. That's why when they found out that they knew who Govan was, they knew who his daughter was the rapper. And so as soon as right before Govan got locked up, man, they hit up his daughter because of the fact that it was directly connected to the Young Dolph. That's why Govan Hernandez went on the run all the way down to Texas. And everybody knows at this point that CMG got the hideout spots in Texas all over. They be in Dallas. They be in 901 Trigger Tree. Be going there. Raven and all of them. Blac Youngsta was over there dissing Young Dolph in a show in Dallas. So what you guys got to understand is that since they let Govan Hernandez out, he might have actually told him key information to get and launch an entire search to find Blac Youngsta and drag him in, because that's where they're going to next. Like, they got to find all the people. It's crazy how they keep grabbing a few people, having them talk, and then they release them and throw them back out, but only to get the next guy soon. So the next two people that they go, you better believe that Govan Hernandez, in order to get a $90K bond for planning the Young Dolph, he had to give up the two bigger heads of the snake. He had to give up Blac Youngsta and he had to give up Yo Gotti. That's the only way that they was going to let him go, because they want to get the bigger people. They want to get the guys who actually had the bread to put on Dolph's head, or else you will still have those guys still doing that again. Like, they could take Key Glock out and put money on his head. But if they get the dudes who put the bread up first, then they know that that's the one that's going to stop all the chain reaction of everybody sliding in the streets and making the community a worse place. So what y'all got to understand is that the whole entire community is looking at Govan Hernandez sideways, because they know that he's the one that set up Young Dolph and he's part of the CMG movement. And so since he's part of CMG and he set up Young Dolph, that's where the Rico comes in, to where they're going to get him to snitch on Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti so that they can open up the Rico and slide and get them, because they know that they the ones who's been beefing with Dolph since day one. It's no surprise. It's no nothing. At this point, everybody knows everything that's going on. It's wide open right now in Memphis. It's wide open. They done let the dude out who did the hit so that they could get the two bigger guys that's been paying him. Well, y'all got to understand, they try to sweep everything under the rug. Grovero already knows that they the ones who started dropping 40,000 on Dolph head through Big Jook. And Govan was the one who upped it to 100K. Mia J knew this. That's why she put a $500,000 to find the dudes and actually put the reward up to find the dudes and leave him in the streets, not actually get him caught up. And so what you got to understand is a lot of people now are about to show out whether they really going to ride for Dolph or not, because the main dude, the main hitter is out and free to go. And it's only a matter of time until somebody catches up to Yo Gotti, Blac Youngsta, and all of them and asks them why they had something to do with it. Why is everybody so connected? Why was they hanging out with Govan right before? You got to remember that footage came out of Yo Gotti and everybody meeting inside the Makita's cookie shops the day before Dolph got hit up. They was meeting inside a Yo Gotti mom restaurant that was just down the road from the cookie shop. So they was meeting in there, and Govan was in there with the whole entire CMG roster. So they know for a fact that Govan was giving them the game plan of how they was going to follow, get, and find Dolph the very next day, because they knew that Big Moochie Grape and them was about to come into town from New York from that music video. And they know that they was going to have the music video at the Makita's Cookies. That's the only reason they was coming down to Memphis, was to do the turkey drive and the whole giveaway right there in that parking lot where the Makita's Cookies was, because Dolph owned the tax place next door, so he could have all of his camo cars parked in the parking spots. But when Snoop Band stopped answering, when all the people stopped answering their phones, Big Moochie Grape and everybody like that, how do you know that Govan and them didn't give them bread to not answer their phone? How do you know that they didn't try to actually tell them that the music video was off or anything like that? Like, they had to have been listening to the fact that they knew the communication lines between Dolph and the rest of PRE. That's how they knew to get to the cookie shop before the music video even started. And this whole entire thing is now blown wide open. People got caught red-handed. There's no way that CMG and them can't say that they don't know Govan. He's actually the person who does all the paperwork and the payroll for them. He knows everybody that's on the payroll books for CMG. And so when they find the filing cabinet, when they raid the CMG office in Yo Gotti's dad's basement, and they pull out the filing cabinets and the computer files and the envelopes with all the paperwork of Govan showing who all they paid out, they gonna see Straight Drop on there. They're gonna see all the people that's involved with the Dolph thing. And so that's how they know that they actually drew out an entire plan, blueprint of how they was gonna do the hit, and they're gonna find the exact paperwork that has everybody's jobs and tasks on it. And it's gonna say, yeah, moneybaggyo, you need to bring the Bentley here. Blac Youngsta, you supposed to do this. And there's a sheet that they wrote down of everybody's job. And that's the thing that they're going to use to get Govan and everybody put away. One thing you got to understand is that they would not have let Govan free if he didn't tell. He had to have told on everybody. He told what they did to Moneybagyo's Bentley. He told who was the two dudes that ran out the back of the cookie shop and went into the Family Dollar. He told about whose big Chevy Tahoe that was, the gold Chevy Tahoe, when the people was taking the video of Young Dolph at the gas station. But those people claimed to be fans but never got an autograph. They just laughed at Dolph while taking the video, and he thought it was weird because they was not being friendly at all. They was being snooping and weird, like they was actually following him, like they got paid by somebody like Govan or something to do that. So he told everything that happened. That's why they went to Yo Gotti's mom restaurant to actually protect that place when the Dolph hit happened, because they know that in the back room of Yo Gotti mom restaurant, they had the meeting just the very day before about how they was going to do the entire hit. And Govan was there standing up, pointing and showing the entire playbook and the whole board with the chalk on where everybody's going to be lined up at when the play starts getting ran. And so with all that being said, they actually on his tracks right now. A lot of people is looking for Govan. They trying to figure out where he at and everything so that they can tell him how they really feel about this whole entire situation. And so that's why a lot of people think that he might be put on witness protection, because he could have been in the back of the Bentley when they saw the whole thing go down. And since they the ones who caught him, he knows that he was in the back of the Bentley with Moneybagyo, Big Joke, Blac Youngsta, and Yo Gotti in the front seat. And so they putting him on, they gonna put him on witness protection soon if he even makes it that long, if he even survives a week in the streets, which we don't wish nothing happens to nobody because everything is like being looked at very, very carefully. So what we gotta understand is that with the new details and the new news coming out, it's only a matter of time until they pull off the Rico, because this dude had to have told on everybody. How do you get caught up for being the mastermind and the main hitman and getting charged in the first degree 2 months, 3 months ago, and then you out now on 90K bond? They usually give people $1 million bonds for things like this. So you know he had to have told on everybody, and that's why people are saying that the CMG Rico is in full action right now, because maybe because of what that dude just gave up. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'm gonna catch y'all later.